Well, good morning. Aloha. How is everyone today? It's a little hotter than usual, but yes, we are magnificent, but it's okay. We can go very south today and just let the fans go, baby. Let them go. It is so glad to have, we're so glad to have you here today. And we like to start with what's going on, and there's a lot going on in the center these days, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yes. I thought so. If you're new, you'll find out later. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on. But to tell us what's currently going on is none other than our wonderful island girl. To bring up here is Michelle LeMay. I don't know if she's getting tired of Island Girl, but hey.
Good morning, everyone. There's a lot of new faces. So this is Reverend Patrick.
Thank you.
And Reverend Rita. We're going to jump right into announcing me. And if you are new, I just like to share what's happening for the center. And they call me Island Reporter because I kind of know what's going on around the island and kind of slid in perfectly for me to help out with the announcements. And we do have a lot of things that are very exciting happening with the center. We are in transition, so thank you for finding us here at Lemongrass. I know some of the visitors, not quite sure where we are, but just so everybody knows, this is our last Sunday here. We are going to be opening up at our new place next Sunday. Yay! And if you haven't been getting the emails or the Facebook posts or any of the other newsletters, where we're going to be is at the East Kaua'i Professional Building, which is just down the road. It's on the highway, and it's directly across the street from the Kaua'i Neighborhood Center, also where the little chicken in the barrel is. We're in that gray building. We're on the lower floor, and there's plenty of parking out back. So please, make use of that parking. There's a lower parking lot and an upper parking lot. So next week, we are going to continue having service at 9 a.m., and next week is going to be special not only because it's our first, but we're going to have Kumu Sabra, who's going to be joining us to do a Hawaiian blessing for our very first service. So please join us for that. Feel free to bring some pupus. Our kitchen is in shift, but we will have a place to do some pupus, so we don't have a refrigerator yet, but feel free to bring something to share for that special celebration. And also, we are requesting, if you are wanting to have your own coffee mug with you, we will still have coffee and water available, and also paper cups. But if you want to bring your own mug that you want to bring back and forth, feel free to do that too. Because I know some people are, sometimes concerned about waste, so you can bring your own cup to service. Yay! Because we do have a sink, so you can rinse it. So we have lots of great changes happening. And also, when we have I've been announcing our Radical Forgiveness Workshop that's going to be taking place November 23rd. That's going to be with Sherry Klein. She is the creative partner of Colin Tipping, who wrote Radical Forgiveness. We're actually going to be shifting it to that location, and we have flyers. We definitely need people to register ahead of time if you are interested, because it is just a certain amount of folks, because there's a lot of sharing that's involved, so we need to keep it to a limited point of for amount of people, and there is a sign-up sheet up here. But it's going to shift, and we're going to do, once things are up and running, we're going to do all our classes, all our workshops, start going back to spiritual cinema night, so everything's going to be in one location. And for those of you who are new or visiting, you're probably catching on. That's a big deal. Because it is. It's a big deal to have it all in one spot. And because we are in transition, we don't have our full bookstore, but we do have our Science of Mind monthly magazine that's available. Do you still have it from this month as well? Okay, this is next month. This is November. So if you want to get yours ahead of time, it's $5, and it's great articles, but then there's also readings that you can use and read every morning to start your day off on a spiritual step or to bring into meditation with you. We are going to be joining the Friends of Kamalani on October 24th, which is a Saturday. They're having National Make a Difference Day down at Lidgate, and we're going to have a team of people there from the center who will be representing and helping. They do a big cleanup on that particular day. So it's an event that we participate and help out in every year. Actually, they do it twice a year. So this year, again, it's Saturday, October 24th. And everything I'm sharing is also in the program. And that is a check-in time of 7:30, and they do provide lunch after we've helped out for the morning, and it's usually for a couple of hours. So please consider that and put that on your schedule. We also, with our shift over to the new center, our next new member Sunday will be Sunday, October 25th. And what that is to recognize people who have made a commitment to the center, to their spiritual growth, and who have made it official. So some of you may have been coming for a super long time and been taking classes and been participating a lot, but if you haven't actually filled out one of these, it's not official. And again, it's just official in making the commitment. So if you haven't, or if you're just not sure, you can definitely talk to Reverends Patrick and Rita, and they can help you out. And then we just recognize you on the 25th, and you get a little card that, just makes it nice and cozy and family-like. We are live streaming, so continue to spread the word that people can find us on the website, which is www.cslkauai.org when it's live stream, and then on YouTube after. The links are always posted on Facebook and also on the newsletter. So if you are not a part of any of that and would like to, you can sign our guest book, and your email will be added to our list. I believe that is everything. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for your kind attention. Enjoy your service.
Thank you for introducing me. I just sometimes take it for granted that everyone knows me, and they don't. But I do want to introduce these wonderful, wonderful artists over here. It's Carrie and Michael Fox, who are our music today, and our artists, and our absolute light beings, and we just love having you here. Also, Michelle did not mention, but I will let you know that the last t-shirt, CSL Kaua'i t-shirt, is gone. You have lost your opportunity for that last shirt. But we will be having cups come winter. No. Yeah, good idea. So let's take some time, because we come here on Sundays, right, to be inspired and to just allow that wonderful presence to come through us as us. So we also, every week, light the peace candle. And what this represents for us is that peace begins where? Within us. Yeah, right here. So if we start here, then we work our way from that, and we do not wait for peace to happen. We are the happening of peace. So knowing that with the candle burning, take time to relax, whatever that feels like for you. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to just be. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to prove, just be. Enjoy your time. Staying in this wonderful, wonderful present moment, let us remember the words of Anne Frank when she said, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." So knowing that, just take this moment to remember who you are. I know that I am spirit expressing life force coming through me right here and right now, and I know this for each and every one of us, that there is a power, a divine light, a divine presence that has shown up right here in this moment through each and every one of us, through everything seen and unseen. And we go forth with this celebration knowing our true identity, claiming it, expressing it, joyfully, joyfully living it. So on with the celebration, as together we say with such mahalo, mahalo, mahalo in our hearts. And so it is now. Mahalo, you too. Yeah, that landed us all. Indeed, indeed. So, this is Reverend Rita.
Hello, hi everyone.
I am Reverend Patrick, Carrie and Michael, and you're all you.
And
So
that's
welcome,
Stephanie.
welcome.
Thank you for being at the door.
Yeah.
So, anyway, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kaua'i. And as Reverend Patrick said a few moments ago, this is our last time in this space. We've been here for 2 weeks, and we're very grateful to the Lemongrass Restaurant and to David for kind of nursing us through this interim time when we needed a place to go before we opened the center. So we're very excited about having our own space. It's just really means a lot, and we've seen the energy just surging this last few weeks since we signed the lease on October 1st.
It's actually only a week ago. It feels
I know, it feels like it's been months. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's just been so many greetings from around the world, just in so much generosity of spirit and everything from everyone. And it's really warming our hearts and just really helping us and assisting us and all of us. So we're grateful to all of you and to everyone.
And we'll take a moment, I think as a community, we're live streaming. So there has been such global support, both with letters and monetary, and they are just going crazy. And I'm a Facebook kind of guy, so I'm documenting every step. It's like, now we put in one thing, now we're putting in that, and they're just thrilled. And I really see between Australia and Canada, and they're just saying build, build, build. So let's do a shout out to all of those on live streaming. We say mahalo. They will be here soon. We have a lot of members who live part-time here, part-time somewhere else. We have people that come in for 2 weeks. We come in people 6 months. It's just wonderful, just beautiful to have that kind of global community.
So if you don't know what we believe in the science of mind and spirit, we're really an interdenominational philosophy. We accept everything that represents love, we accept as good and as God. We believe in that one presence, that one source of all life that manifests itself through and in everything. And we are powerful, we are divine beings. That's why we say every Sunday that we're magnificent, because we want to remember who and what we are. And we also know that there is an energy and a force that responds to us at all times as we create our lives. And so we want to think from that highest place so that our lives will have that purpose behind them and blossom and grow. If there was anything this teaching is to help assist us in having the best and most glorious lives possible while we live here on this earth plane and then beyond and beyond and beyond. So, welcome.
Right, and we are a practical spirituality. That means we just don't come on Sundays and get all fueled up. We actually get fueled up and we take it out into and from our world. So, with that being said, who is here, good morning, for the first time? Raise your hand. Let me see, once Dave, there you are. What? You're not going to raise your hand? I saw it. So I always love it. I take stock when you all come in. Yeah. So here's the deal. Now it really gets something. It's like we know something about you that you didn't know we knew. So there you go. How did that happen? I don't know. But let's tell them who they are. Why don't we do that? You are magnificent! Yes. And he said, yeah, I know that. Of course, everybody does. And everybody out there watching for the first time, you are magnificent. And because we know that about you, we couldn't say it if we didn't know it about ourselves. So shall we, together? I am magnificent. We could just stay there all day, right? But we won't. We will, but we'll stay magnificent as we move forward.
And turn to somebody next to us and tell them that they're magnificent.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent. Oh, they are magnificent.
Okay. So now.
Wow, it's just like a love fest, right? I mean, it's
so
just
now
beautiful.
Just bring that into your life and use it every day as you're living it. There's one of our members that's a teacher, and he actually brought it to his school. And when the kids would get into like a squabble or something, he would teach them that they were magnificent, and they'd have to say it to each other. Can you imagine all the fights that would be avoided by that, right? So.
Yeah. So the next time you're in any kind of situation, just take a nice deep breath before responding, and just go. You are magnificent. And just watch the energy deflate. Just watch it. All right, so let's open this up. Everyone's going, I don't know about that. I'm not sure yet. So, shall we open up and have some music?
Stand up and rise up for CSL.
Yes.
Move our phone.
You can stand up if it feels comfortable.
All right. Aloha.
Aloha. Aloha. What I know is that this is going to unfold perfectly, easily, and effortlessly this time together. So aloha, aloha, aloha.
So to continue in the flow, we're going to do a chant. And Carrie is going to play and help me with it. So we've done this one before, and we love it, and we're just going to let it infuse ourselves. And as we were talking about before, about remembering our magnificence, this chant is for that. It's called I Am Remembering Who I Am by Melissa Filipe. And it goes like this. You're going to sing with me. I am remembering who I am. 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 Now Carrie's going to bring in another card. It's going to follow Carrie. Remembering, I am remembering, I am remembering who I am. 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 Right here in this moment that we are remembering, as we pour that good, that knowing, that peace, that love into our soul, and watch it expand in that goodness, in that love. I know that is so as we say it together. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. I guess I should take a breath. Got to shift from one energy to another. So we have some more goodies. We have Carrie and Michael to share some more music with us.
We would like to share a song this is actually a song we wrote, one of the first songs we ever wrote together.
Sure.
When we first started getting together. This is called Where the Secret Lies.
Thank
the place where the secret lies, where the mountains are calling us home, where the birds can dance and the trees can be freed by the forces that make it so clear. No one can feel me the way that you see me. The magic's in your eyes, where the secret lies, where the secret lies. Whoa, whoa, where the secret lies. Being pulled in all directions from the earth and the wind and sky. Being pulled in all directions by the earth and the wind and sky. So come back to the place where the secret lies, where the mountains are calling us home, where the birds can dance and the trees can be free by the forces that make it so clear. No one can feel me the way that you see me. The magic's in your eyes, where the secret lies, where the secret lies. Whoa, whoa, where the secret lies.
We're going to have a lot more
I'm
space.
going first
in the new
today.
place.
It's alright, I don't mind being close to you. It's true. That was so beautiful. These guys are so special. They're so amazing, and they're such a light in our life, just in our personal life, in the life of the center. They're just, ever since the moment we met you, it's just, you're wonderful. Thank you, and you're so talented. Being able to write music, and then I said, I know, right? We all have our gifts. We all have our individualized gifts, and this is definitely a gift of spirit moving through you in such magnificence. I just said to them, Patrick and I had a meeting with them for November, because they're going to be with us in November, and we just said, it's gratitude. We want to focus on gratitude. They go, oh, we'll just write an opening song. Well, now I'm holding you to it. All right, so they're like that. They sit on my lanai watching our cats and writing music while we were away, which was the song I guess you sang last week, right? Anyway, so I am so blessed. We are all blessed. Just put your hand on your heart and just say, I am blessed. I am blessed. I feel so blessed today and every day, and I feel blessed to have found this philosophy, whatever I want to call it, teaching that has helped me to realize that life can be good, that no matter what's occurring, life can be good. And I want to start today. The topic today was about the wait is over. Last week was about waiting. Now the wait's over. And I couldn't help thinking of my grandmother. I had an amazing grandmother, and she was Jewish, and she was like a guardian to me, a mentor, and someone that just, no matter what was going on, she just held the high watch for me. I didn't call it the high watch in those days, but she just was always there for me, and no matter what I was doing, or if it seemed like, you know, kind of off the mark, like we say, she still loved me, and she still believed in me, no matter what. What's happening back here? Oh, my goodness, see what I mean? Where is she? Oh, she went back downstairs. That's another angel there, Loya. So she used to say to me, good things come to those who wait. Have you ever heard that saying? Yeah, I guess it's an old proverb. Good things come to those who wait. And I had my first boyfriend, and I had my first boyfriend when I was 17. Can you imagine that old? But I had an Italian father, so I wasn't allowed to go out. Anyway, I had my first boyfriend. It was very exciting, and I had him over for lunch, and I made grilled cheese sandwiches. It was a big deal. I made really good ones too, yeah. And so my grandma, the whole time, she's saying what a good wife I'm going to be because I make the best grilled cheese sandwiches. And I'm like, Grandma, please. Okay. Anyway. So, but she used to say good things come to those who wait. And I waited a lot, like, for my boyfriend to call or, for something to happen. He's going away. Is he going to come back? And she'd go, good things come to those who wait. So I got the idea that you had to wait for things and then good things will come, right? But I've shifted that over the years. And we talked about it a little last week, about the idea of waiting. I've shifted my perspective about it, what waiting means. And when we shift our perspective about something, everything changes. It could be anything. We could change our perspective on something that somebody says to us and look at it in a different way, and it will change the whole energy of the thing. So I believe that everything is perspective. Everything is perception. How are we perceiving something? So I started to change my ideas about what waiting meant. And it all had to do with the idea of expectations. What were my expectations? Some people don't like that word. Do you like that word, expectations? Kind of. Sometimes it has a negative connotation, like you're expecting, and you don't like it because it means you're hoping something will happen, or you're thinking that maybe something will happen, or maybe it's going to be good, or maybe it's going to be bad. But it doesn't have to be that. Expectations, if we fill our expectations with the idea that all is always well and all is always good, before we go into the experience, then everything shifts. So if you think about it, like when you wake up in the morning, I don't know about what you guys do when you wake up in the morning. First thing I usually do is I know the truth, because sometimes I need to, that first thing in the morning, really know the truth, so I'll say a prayer, or Patrick and I'll say a prayer together. But how are you greeting your day? What are your expectations? Like when you think about you're going to go to work, what are your expectations like of how your boss is going to treat you? Back in the old days, I used to have a boss that was like, oh my God, you never knew what the weather was going to be like when you walked in the office. But I expected that too. So I believe that if I had expected something different, I would have greeted it in a different way, and then everything would have shifted. Because I do that now, and it does, no matter what. Because it's my perspective of what's happening. Somebody could say something to me, and I can take it in a lot of ways. I could take it as an insult. I could take it as they're putting me down. I could take it as, oh my God, they're just trying to help, or they really want to love me right now, or they're just trying to give me what they think is advice. Whoa, Harley guys. I used to be a Harley girl. I did. I drove cross country on the Harley once. Yeah, it was scary though. That's another whole talk. Okay. Anyway, and talk about perspectives. That's an interesting one, because when I was a Harley girl and I walked into a restaurant with my Harley boy and the rest of us, boy, did people treat us differently. And we were just nice people. We were church-going people that just happened to ride Harleys. But the whole thing was different. Isn't that interesting? So, yeah, perspective. It's everything. So what are we expecting for our life? And do we feel like we have to wait for things in our life? Do we feel like that in every moment we're waiting for something to happen? And what's the expectation behind that waiting? Well, I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again in maybe a different way, is that we don't have to wait. The waiting is over now for this center for spiritual living Kaua'i. It's over. We now have a center, right? But what if the whole time We had really truly knew that, and we did. And when I forgot, people reminded me. Then we walk out as if it's already done. So our expectations are, as we wake up in the morning, that our day is going to be good, no matter what. No matter what. And so we walk out into our life feeling that and knowing that, and we watch what happens. So there's also this thing about like excitement. Did you ever get like scared sometimes when you have to do something, like give a talk or do something, go to an interview and all that kind of stuff? Does anybody have that experience? I used to be on stage a lot, so I would get like what we called the jitters, or worse than that sometimes. What if you just thought, and somebody said this to me and it shifted my whole perspective on what that was that was just excitement. That I was so excited about what I was going to do that I had that little nervous little edge that meant I'm just ready to go. I'm just ready to go. So it's all perspective. It's all perspective. So Carl Sagan, the wonderful man, said, somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. Something incredible. So every day, something incredible is waiting to be known. And what does that mean? It just means we just have to open our mind. Ernest Holmes says there's good for us. It's there already. We can expect it. It's there. And the only thing we have to do is just accept it and take it. But it's not a physical act, the taking. It's a mental act. That's what this whole philosophy is about. That's why it's called a mental science, spiritual mind treatment. It's a mental thing, because nothing can happen until we first accept it mentally. So when we go through our day, when we wake up in the morning, when we're in an experience, we want to take that positivity. They call us the happy people. We are. We are the happy people. We're happy because we know inside, no matter what, something wonderful is happening. Something incredible. Something incredible is waiting to be known. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not about what we do. It's not about how great we are or what we know, in physical sense. It's about because of who we are. Something incredible was waiting for me back then at 17 years old, when I was awakening to love and all those things. And it had nothing to do with making the perfect grilled cheese sandwich. So we don't have to make the perfect anything to accept this good. All we have to do is open up and remember who and what we are. Put our hands on our heart and just really take it deeply in. I am magnificent. Magnificent. It's not just words. It's a truth. I love you. Thank you for everything, for being here, for your consciousness, for this beautiful community that we're growing. I just am so appreciative and blessed. So, aloha.
Just to let you know, hello, first of all, that's a very interesting perspective when someone's speaking. Have you ever looked at the back of someone's head while they were... That is. And I was sitting there thinking, well, which way should I position myself so I can still look at her, but I'd have to go like this, right? So it was interesting that I thought, wow, just to feel and listen to her presence and to hear what she was saying from a feeling perspective. Not just watching the expression on her face. So anyway, thanks for my experience. That's what I was doing while that was going on. Wow, what a week. The wait is over. And what's interesting is I want to start this message out with a quote from someone actually from this congregation, Roseanne Jones, that was on Facebook, that good old Facebook. And it stuck with me all week, and it goes like this. It reminds me, talking about what's going on with the change, because she saw a picture and she responded to that. It reminds me of the old stories of barn raising in farming communities. The folks came together in love to share their skills and sweat to build a barn in one day. The CSL community is coming together with skills, sweat, and I did observe sweat this week, materials, yes, and gifts. Can't wait to see what love builds. So thank you, Roseanne. I guess Roseanne never thought she'd be quoted in one of the, from one of our philosophers and science and mind practitioners. Wow. Build a barn in a day, right? I said this when I first came here, that I didn't really know what community fully was. I came from a strong community at the other center that we were at, and it was strong, but I never knew until you were the actual spiritual leader really what a building community is. Because first of all, for those of you who don't know, physically building is not one of my God-given gifts that have been given to me. And sometimes I'm not sure why, but I don't even pretend, I don't even try to do the guy thing about it. Like, well, I'll get in there, let's lay this tile today. And I'm thinking, that would be a disaster, just to let you know, if I did that. But I'm very supportive and watching everyone with their gifts, as Rita was saying. How important it is that we use our own gifts. As a volunteer coordinator, they used to say, volunteers should do a different job all the time and so that they can get to... I don't believe that. You should not be doing anything that does not bring you joy. And if you're volunteering at any time and it doesn't bring you joy, you need to do something else within that, because this is all about that. So I was thinking about this whole idea of coming together and what it's like to wait. I keep thinking there's a part of us, I don't know if any of you feel this way, but that we're going to finally get to the mountaintop and then we get to relax. Last month it was all about, oh my God, we're going to find a place, we've got 30 days notice, what are we going to do? And it's like the finding. And what I learned was, and this quote says it simply, patience is not the ability to wait, it's how we behave while we're waiting. Hello. Let's give that again. The patience is not simply the ability to wait. We all know how to do that. It's how we behave while we're waiting. How are you behaving in the Kaua'i crawl, I may ask? When it's bumper to bumper and you're wondering how that could happen on an island such as Kaua'i, how we could be sitting. How are you behaving? Where's our minds going? You don't have to answer. I already know. Because I watched the face. The other day I was sitting waiting for Rita to do whatever. Oh, I believe it was her nails. So anyway, she was getting her nails done, and I was watching the Kaua'i crawl from the parking lot, and I was watching the expressions. And then I saw these two lovely people drive by. Yes. But what was interesting about that was some people were like taking advantage of it. You could tell some people were vacationing, like, who cares? And there was other people that were vacationing going, I didn't come here for this. I came here to get away from all this. And there it is. How do you behave while you're waiting? And more than that, what do you see? Can you see the good while waiting? Amazing. When you walked into the place that we're going and we saw ripped up carpeting and all this thing in the entryway, and though I knew I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, how it's supposed to look, I did know that I had a vision. And I know it wasn't the torn up carpet. But I could see behind that carpet. And that's one of the biggest things in waiting. Whether you're waiting for a job to come through, you're waiting for a check in the mail, you're waiting. What do you see while you're waiting? And I looked at this place, and it's a work in progress. That's probably why we signed I would like to repeat, 5-year lease. So we can do a lot in 5 years. We can build a lot of barns. But I have to be able to see it for where it is. Rita and that's how we started. We sold everything, came over here and said, you know what, we're going to take it bit by bit. There's nothing that's being bought, just for your information, in the center unless it's cash. Nothing's going anywhere on credit. Not that credit's bad. God knows I have known that world. I have really known that world. But what it's about is being where you're at. It was so exciting because yesterday we're having a Faith Lift fundraiser. So yesterday, and I'm like reporting it every day, what's happening. We got this, we got that. By the way, we have 19 chairs left to meet our 100 chairs. 19, and they have 40 left at Costco. So I have to get on that. But yesterday, somebody donated the carpeting, to have it shampooed. I didn't know it was that expensive. It's a very interesting thing when you're going, wow. Somebody donated, so it was like, yes! And guess what? If that had not come in, guess what we would have done? We would have vacuumed a lot of vacuuming. And we were ready to have a barn raising, everybody bring your vacuum. We're grassroots, baby. I know how to do it. Bring your vacuum and let's do it. Bring your cup. Bring it, and this is new for me. Not because I was born in the lap of luxury, but this is new for me to just be where you're at, and it's so powerful. I am learning more about myself in the waiting game than I have ever. I learned more about myself last month, about having the trust we talked about at the faith. And it got down to the wires, those who know. 2 days left. Are we going to have it? And pow, we stayed with it. And we have to look where we're at and just say, can I see the good in where I'm at? So how do we use that in our lives? That's the only reason for this. Because after this center is open, we're still going to be wanting something else. The kitchen's still going to be needing to be done. There's going to be a lot of things. But how are we going to behave while we're waiting? Because in reality, we're not waiting. And that was my biggest lesson, as I said before, that I told Rita, I think there's a part of me that thinks, we're going to get to the top, and then I can say, Mai Tai time. No, it might be Mai Tai time, but it ain't going to be, it's going to be something that's always growing. Spirit, who we are, is the creative substance, and it never stops growing. It never gets to a point and says, we're done now. Even after we transcend from these vehicles, it's still not done. It's going to keep going and going and going, just like that Energizer bunny. That's who we are. Never thought of that metaphor. Spirit. I'm feeling spirit just really moving right now. Bom, 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 bom. Wow, you guys, what a week. What a week. I have watched and I have felt a vibrational frequency of people laying tile, people sweating, people doing kitchens, people. I would start naming, but then we'd all be like, well, what about what I, because we're doing an angel wall. And I'm going to tell you, I'm hoping we can get it all on one wall, because we have between us here, our people that are new, that are finding CSL. This is not about raising a barn. This is about raising consciousness. Yeah, it's nice to sit in a pretty place. It really is. It's nice not to be all snugged in like this. I understand that. But something bigger is happening than just building a center, signing a lease for 5 years. Something really, really big is happening. And whatever's happening here is becoming a global community. People are writing and saying, oh my God, what can we do? Not because they're feeling something. They're feeling that this has to be built. And it's not the building. It is our consciousness. You came here because you know that there is a life that is waiting right here, right now, that can grow into anything, and you can be, and you can do, and you can have anything. And any belief in any place in this world that tells you differently, run. Don't walk, run. Because this is a philosophy about taking responsibility for your greatness. Taking responsibility for your magnificence. We have given over our power most of our domesticated lives. But we don't have to. We said before, this is a wake-up station. That's all that I'm here for. And when that time is done, then I won't be here. But it will never end. CSL Kaua'i, beyond the organization, this building of consciousness will not end. You can take away the buildings, you can take away anything, but you cannot take the power that's happening within. Can I hear amen?
Amen.
That's what I thought. You guys are waiting, right? So he hasn't taken off yet. We used to say, Katie's not here, but she used to say when she first met me, she said, oh my God, Patrick's in one of those fasten your seatbelts, you know, because we're going up now. So this is what we're doing. Remember that. Remember that we are building our consciousness, that we are remembering who we are. Whew. I look at you and I can feel and I see you. I see you're good. I feel you're good. And I know my good and Rita's good and the good of angels like David who said, here, there's a place at the inn. Wow. Yeah. The ice is my cue. I love you. Thank you. Mahalo from the deepest part of my being. We are all so on purpose. Any ego, anything that's even circling around, toss it out. Doesn't belong because you are magnificent. You need nothing. You have it all. There is nothing to wait for. The wait is over. You're home. I'm complete. Are you complete? I love you. Namaste. Well, this is our time of
affirmative giving, and just knowing that your gifts, go to amazing use. This month, we're a tithing center, and we tithe out from what you give us. And this month, it's going to Lydgate Park for the cleanup. It's for the Friends of Kaua'i. So 10% of what you give us goes out, and the rest of it goes into this ministry and into the world as we help each other remember our magnificence. So thank you in advance. There's a little affirmation in the program that we can read together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing it returns to me abundantly.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me. Gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, and I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude
so grateful. Grateful for the beautiful, amazing consciousness in this room, for the gifts in this basket, for gratitude. Gratitude is all around me. That spirit, that presence is all around me and in me and through each of us and in each of us, infused in our very being. There is abundance, there is prosperity, there is love, there is light. So I just know that everything we give is everything we receive. And it all starts within. So with that great, amazing, divine gratitude in my heart, I just release this word, I release it, and I know it is so, as we say, and so it is now. Aloha, thank you everyone. So we have a few thank yous, I'm sure.
We do. Let's start at the door. We have Malia was down there and Stephanie greeting everyone, and Amrosa jumped in too. Yes, indeed.
Hey.
We had set up with Harry here and Amrosa and Roseanne with the programs, and Rob. Thank you for letting us connecting us to the global community out there. And we have Loya with those beautiful flowers that enter just like on the wings of an angel. And we have these wonderful people, Michael and Carrie Fox. So we are so grateful. And we just to mention, Donna wasn't mentioned, she's back there, raise your hand. She's our volunteer coordinator, so there's going to be a lot of things to do. One thing, three things I wanted to mention about that. One is that Rita and I have been, how do we say it where we come from, schlepping for the last 2.5 years in our car, picking that up every day and having wonderful people meet us. But we've been in our car for 2.5 years with our church in a box. Do you know, and this is for Michelle, she said the best day will come when we close up at the end of the day and we just go like this. Anyone for lunch? So starting next week, it'll be so nice not to load that car every week.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and talking about that today, we don't really need any help up here today because last week it got a little confusing because it's so cramped. There were so many people. So today, we're going to just leave everything, and then when everybody's cleared out and we've had our coffee and talking, then we're going to just take care of it. So don't worry about it. All right. What else?
And one more thing is that we just want to say, right at this time especially, there's been a lot of suggestions for the new place. And I wanted to say right off out of the gate, thank you. And they are really taken. But on Sundays, we really need, at least this is our invitation, to anything that's about business, let's just do it on another day. And the only reason I say that is because we come here as a community to inspire, and then half the time the stuff that I'm hearing or Rita hears, we don't get to write it down, and it doesn't get. So here's the deal on that. If something's come up for you, you need some, what we call a minute treatment or anything to do on that level and community, please do that. Anything else, we're going to actually put in a suggestion box so it can be a little more organized because I'm like, wow. So anyway, does everybody think that's a great idea? Or yeah.
It's hard to talk business when people are running by and people are trying to talk.
And then you go, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and then you forget, and then they say, what happened to my idea? And then, so all we're doing is we're family here. We can talk like this.
Right, and we're very accessible. Call us, write us, set up a meeting with us.
We'll have office hours now.
Yeah.
Whoa. I still have to share the office with.
And so when he was talking about the prayer treatment, there's a box here, we call it the yes box. And there's some forms here. If something's come up for you during the service and you just want prayer for something, you can put it in here, or you could come talk to us. If you need us to go out with you and do a quick prayer, we can do that. But this is the box for that, okay?
Right. So where are we next week? Are we here? No. Are we in the new place? Yes, we are. 9 a.m. What time? 9 a.m. Good.
Right. And one more thing. We have still some chairs. If anybody wants to purchase a
19
chair.
left.
There's 19 left. See Roseanne Jones. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And that's it.
That's it. Is everyone excited?
Yay!
Right, so next week is if we haven't seen you in a while Sunday, bring a friend Sunday, and bring a poo-poo. Bring a poo-poo. We almost forgot about that. So anyway, let's have some fun. Let's celebrate our new place. Let's celebrate your divinity. Let's celebrate our consciousness right here and right now. And we won't go in a circle like usual, but we will next week. All right, you ready, you guys? All right, everybody. I think we know about standing by somebody. I don't know.
Here we go.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. In the sky that we look upon, crumble and fall. All the mountains should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Yes, stand by me. There is always something standing by me, within me, and surrounding me, and that is the power of good, the power of love, the power of source, always sourcing through each and every one of us in all its magnificence. I know that, and I give great gratitude for this time we've had together and all that has been revealed here for each of us individually and collectively. I am so grateful, and I know that we take this with us. We take this with us, and we are blessed on our way as we use it in our lives. I know that, I claim it, and I give great gratitude for this, and I just say, and so it is now.
And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand down. Stand by me. Stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand down. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Someone over there?
Not yet. They will be by the time we get there.
It's always been good. And now I'm addicted to it. So like, if I do it, I do it, it's like,
I started. I brought my neighbor half save us fun, so I took that. Oh yeah, I don't know if you. What are you doing?
I need the money box.
Oh yes. Don't let anybody know. 10, 11, 10, 11.